a natural gift or superior ability to perform tasks with ease. Talent. There's no such thing as talent. Is there? Finally, I'm done with my project on reflections. And it's absolutely some of the absolute best photographs I've ever taken. I encourage you to go to my website and check out those photos, order prints, and just admire my superior photography. You can find my webpage link in the bio and in the description of this video, and it's www.JResin.se. And now let's move on to the topic of this video. Talent is, according to Google, I have to read this from my notes, so sorry for looking down, a natural gift or superior ability to perform tasks with ease. And it's an inborn ability instead of an acquired ability. I feel like if that were true, that you're born with a superior ability to do something, that's also like saying you're born with psychic gifts and you can see ghosts and you have some sort of mental superpower. And ghost belongs in the fairy tales and superpowers belongs in the comic books. But then, what if talent doesn't exist? How come people are so extremely good at something and they can just, well, pick up a camera and go doing photography and take the most amazing pictures? Or pick up a guitar and start playing the most fantastic riffs, seemingly right out of the box. I would not call that talent. I would call it an extraordinary, strong interest for something. Whether it's an interest in a deeper level, like conscious or subconscious, I won't go into that, but talent to me is just deeper interest in something. Because if you're interested in something, really interested in something, it's so much easier to learn that thing you're interested in. And if you come back to this being born with an extraordinary gift, I wasn't born with the knowledge on how a camera works, or composition, or lighting, shadows, contrasts, ISO levels, film formats, and things like that. I don't remember my mom or dad ever talking about me as a good artist when I was born. So I think that is what people always, or almost always, confuses with the word talent. They don't have any word to put on that skill you have, and they call it talent. That's my take on it. What made me a good photographer, and what gave me the ability to quickly learn things regarding photography, is that ever since I was a little kid and played around with my family camera, I was interested in how it works. I was fascinated by the fact that weeks and get it sent back to you in a mail on a photographic paper. And I wanted to know how that works. And I was so curious that when I bought my first camera, I've already studied some parts of photography in private and in school. So I had built up the ability, or acquired the ability, to quickly learn things and quickly digest more information about photography, about compositions, about other photographers, about different kinds of film and different darkroom techniques, later on Lightroom techniques. And I also had, since I discovered Photoshop way before I bought my first camera, I was so interested in Photoshop and how you can manipulate images that I almost knew Photoshop like the back of my hand. And I remember before buying my camera, I went through an ACE course, Adobe Certified Expert course in Photoshop. And I, pun not intended, almost aced the test. I had 2 faulty answers on that test. And that's not talent. That's just easily digested knowledge because I have a strong interest. I mean, I'm not a math professor because I do hate math. From my deepest, darkest core in my heart, I do hate math. And I'm not, even though my dad tried to make me a soccer player, I can't shoot a soccer ball in a straight line, even if my life depended on it. I went to the soccer games with him to get a free hot dog, and I had to suffer 90 minutes to get that hot dog. And I have no interest in sports. Don't confuse a deep interest with talent. And another part of what makes someone a good artist, painter, photographer, writer, movie director, actor, is not just a deep interest in the techniques and cameras behind everything, but also a deep interest in the subject. The part the actor's playing, the subject I'm photographing, the subject the writer writes about, whether it's poetry, music, novels. Because if you have if you have that interest, if you have that interest in the subject, everything comes so much easier to you. And it becomes so much more interesting developing that idea you have. So, how do I respond to people telling me I have such talent in what I do? Sometimes I politely say, thank you. I know. I'm good at what I do. And that's so typically un-Swedish. So it almost stuns people sometimes. And what I would like to tell people is, no, I don't have talent. I have a deeper interest in what I do, and I have been doing it for almost 30 years. Thank you very much. Because talent is only kind of applied to sports and art. You never heard anyone tell a carpenter, "Oh, you have such skills with a hammer, you can hit that nail so perfectly." Or a car mechanic, "Oh, you have such skills, you can tie that bolt so great." Have you ever heard that? Please tell me in the comments if you're a carpenter or car mechanic or whatever. Screw down a bolt so good. All that come from interest and an acquired skill, not a born with skill. So, my friends, followers, and prospective followers. So, friends, viewers, prospective followers, who after this video will click the subscribe button and the like button and the bell button. What is your take on the subject of talent? Is talent a thing, or do you think I'm right when I claim that talent is just a deeper interest in something that makes it a lot more easier to learn and acquire the skills? Thank you very much. My name is Jörgen. Over and out.